Hello, my loves. Okay, so I'm doing a YouTube reading today, which was a last minute decision. And the spread I've got here was actually from my TikTok reading, and I wanted to actually extend on it and decided to do a YouTube. So the messages that came out were around a reconciliation that is actually coming back in. So the first message that came out was worth waiting for. So one of the things that you might have been wondering, questioning yourself, is whether it is worth you actually waiting for this connection. And one of the things that I will stress very strongly is, even though Spirit is bringing the message out, yes, this connection is worth waiting for because there is a reconciliation that's going to be taking place. The guidance I would give you around this particular message is waiting on somebody or waiting on a return of somebody does not mean, my loves, that you put your whole life on hold. It's really important that when it comes to your own personal development, when it comes to you creating positive change, when it comes to you trying to work through breaking out of cycles that are actually not healthy for you, that are actually blocking you from feeling happy and receiving happiness, you must continue focusing and committing on that. And that is definitely worth you investing energy into. But in terms of, you know, your connection, Spirit is confirming, if you've been questioning whether this connection is worth even holding on to, or, you know, if you're wasting your time waiting for this connection to come back towards you or unfold, Spirit is saying that there is a reconciliation happening and this connection is going to come back towards you. Now, you might find yourself in a place as well where you might feel nervous, you might feel a little bit worried that if you let this connection back in, whether it's something where, you know, it's safe for you to open up to it, you know, whether it's something that's going to hurt you again. And I feel like there's going to be, okay, so my guides are saying to me what might happen is you might be looking for red flags that are not there. So there might be a lot of anxiety coming up in you, and then you start looking for telltale signs that this person, for example, it's not safe for you to open up to them. And, you know, when you are in a place of feeling quite stressed and anxious and you're operating from a place of fear, it can be quite easy to misunderstand the signs that are coming up within you and what your intuition's saying. So make sure that if you find yourself in that place, you know, put yourself in this energy where you focus on grounding. You know, if you need a bit of time and space from, you know, this person who's coming back in, so you can have a bit more of a clearer head, do that. But try not to react to a return or your next steps from a place of, I'm so worried about the past repeating itself, and then you make a decision that you might later regret. You know, you might be shown signs where you think, actually, this is not for me, or we might be going down the same road again, but you might not be shown those signs either. But you might think you're seeing them because it's coming from a place of fear. So that is one thing, or guidance, if you like, added on to that I think is helpful to keep in mind. But Spirit is actually saying that this person who's coming back towards you, my loves, it is actually safe for you to open up to it. And where this connection seems to be heading is towards some form of commitment. So this person and this connection seems to be moving to another level, a higher level between the both of you. Now, what I want to do is just, because this was last minute, I didn't plan. So I'm going to now just go into this a bit more and just see what else comes through. One of the other things that came through when I was channeling this from my TikTok videos, this person, you know, who's returning, I was being shown that this person likes baseball caps. They might like baseball caps. Someone who might be quite sporty as well, or into wearing sports gear. I mean, if this is someone who loves baseball caps, then I'm definitely a huge fan of them, because baseball caps is something I'm a huge fan of as well. Okay, Spirit, what else can you tell me about this connection? What does, thank you. Yeah, this person's coming back in because there's been this, I'm being told healing. I was going to say change, but my guides are saying healing. There's been a lot of healing that they have gone through as well. And through their own healing journey, they have been recognizing parts of themselves where they have self-sabotaged, they have created blocks that unfortunately has got in the way of them being able to take certain steps in life which they know will bring them happiness. And one of those steps is around the connection that they share with you. So through their own healing journey, they have been realizing more and more what it is they want, and that's why this is happening. This reconciliation is taking place because they've realized that they do actually want to come back in towards you. You've been very patient with this, and I feel this is why you've been in this place where you've wondered, okay, should I hold on to this? Is this worth waiting for? You know, is it worth me sort of having this hope, if you like, that this person's going to come back towards me? So you've been extremely patient with this situation as well. And because of that, you have been at this crossroads, you know, which way do I go? But Spirit is actually saying that it's almost like you don't need to make that decision, because the movement that's coming in is just going to appear in front of you. You don't actually need to take any steps. You don't need to, you know, take a step towards your person or away from your person, because your person seems to be the one who's coming back in towards you. Let me just get a bit more on this. Sort of what's been happening, Spirit, and what else can you share with me around this? Oh. What else has been happening, and what else can you share with me around this, please? This is someone who you got on really, really well with, even though there was this romantic, passionate connection between the both of you. You two also had this really kind of strong and deep friendship between the both of you as well. The way you got on with each other, it was in a way where I feel like your bond was so strong in the past, and it was because it either started from friendship, or your relationship with them was one where there was that kind of really solid friendship between the both of you, as well as it being this romantic connection. I feel like there was a lot of trust between you in the past as well. So when this connection fell apart, it was something that you really, I'm being told, you really struggled to get your head around, because it wasn't just about the both of you are this couple. There was this almost like this best friends kind of vibe. You know, you were best friends with each other. So it was a really difficult journey for you to be able to work through this connection falling apart in whichever way it did. And I feel this is why there is this kind of nervousness in you when this person sort of comes back in towards you and this reconciliation is taking place. I feel this is why there is this nervousness in you, because the kind of hurt that you fell over this, and you not only lost a partner, a romantic partner, you lost a best friend as well. And because of that, it was so difficult for you. You feel a little bit kind of almost, you'd feel stressed and anxious about whether it's safe for you to let this back in again. And I kind of feel like your person was very conflicted as well. They were very conflicted on whether they wanted to continue having this romantic connection with you, or whether they just wanted friendship. And I feel this is one of the reasons it kind of fell apart as well, because they were unsure what it is they wanted. Was it just friendship, which I feel they really adored, or was it friendship as well as being involved with you romantically? Unfortunately, my loves, there was a lot of interference. I feel there was a lot of unhelpful advice being given to your person around what to do around the connection with you. I'm hearing, what is the saying? Too many cooks spoil the broth. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like they spoke to quite a few people around what to do, what decision to take. And I feel there was just too much interference, too many mixed messages that they got, that it became very confusing and overwhelming. I feel like there were two females in particular, possibly someone they worked with, but two females in particular who I feel like were, I'm being given the word busybody, so very nosy, interfering people. And unfortunately, their advice wasn't helpful advice. it led to there being more confusion between you and your person being able to gain their own clarity. But they have gone through quite a lot of healing, and I feel like this healing has come, you know, this connection falling apart, I feel like it was very difficult for you, but I feel like it was very difficult for them as well, and they needed to go through quite a lot of healing. Not even needed to, I feel like it was almost like they had no choice but to open up to that, because they were really struggling with the both of you, more so that best friend vibe not being available to them anymore. But what that also helped them do is gain that clarity that they were struggling with, that led to the connection falling apart. They gained that clarity. Yeah, it confused them. These people in the way confused them quite a lot. Their fears was something that really came up from all this confusion as well. Overthinking, creating quite a lot of imbalances in their heart chakra as well. But this awareness, this kind of reconciliation is coming because they're taking a leap of faith towards you, and it's leading to these positive changes that the both of you are going to experience. And these positive changes do seem to be leading to some kind of commitment between the both of you. Let me pull from another deck, my loves, just to see what else comes through. The lighting's not the greatest here, is it? That will make a difference. I feel very confident about this reconciliation. It just feels very solid to me. And I'm being told it's coming at the right time. There was a need for this. There was a need for this to happen, because there were things that were happening for your person, and I feel for you, but there were things happening for them inside of them. The way that they, I feel, responded to, coped with emotions that actually would have ended up creating quite a lot of stress going forward in the connection. So in a way, by other people interfering, although it wasn't helpful, it's almost like this blessing in disguise, because it actually pushed them to a place where they were able to work on those things that I do feel would have ended up causing some kind of problem between the both of you further on down the line. So they're returning, you know, from a place where they are a lot more, I feel a lot more grounded, a lot more confident, but also kind of almost like they've learned a more healthier way to be able to respond to and manage any kind of feelings or emotions that they would have otherwise avoided. There's a lot of good coming back to you, my love. Do you know, I said to you, I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. Spirit is saying that this situation, even though at the time it might not have felt like a blessing while it fell apart, it's actually a blessing in disguise. There's definitely good that's come out of this situation. You're being guided to continue focusing on your own balance. You might have been struggling with things like your sleep, you know, and I feel like this might be because you're overthinking or worrying quite a lot when you are in your own space, but they want you to actually focus on your balance, you know, take part in things like meditations, for example. Get very on top of your sleep hygiene. Try and engage in activities that you know that will help you to feel that kind of peace. Clear your mind. My guides are saying clear the clutter that's in your mind as well. This is something that even if this reconciliation is something that comes in for you, they want you to keep focusing on your own balance, focusing on your own inner peace, because that's something that I feel you have really struggled with because of this connection, but you might have tried to commit to feeling this within you. So them coming back in, I feel, will create a bit of disturbance in whatever you've worked towards so far in creating this inner peace, even though it can feel challenging. So you are being reminded and guided to make sure you continue working on that. There's definitely going to be some divine intervention around this. There's a part of you that probably believes something like this is not going to happen. And Spirit is saying, no, this is something that is going to unfold. There's going to be this new opportunity coming in between the both of you, where I feel the both of you are going to be making decisions on how to move this connection forward and what steps to take next. I do feel like it's almost like, let's return to friendship and build it up again. But I don't feel you'll be waiting long for it to build up again, because I feel the chemistry and the actual attraction between the both of you is so strong, it won't stay in just the friendship vibe for too long. You are being guided though to make sure you do. I mean, the clear message coming through for you guys is make sure you protect what you've built. You know, whatever you've worked towards in terms of your own healing journey and creating this balance and creating this way of being able to manage the difficulties that you've experienced. Spirit wants you to continue focusing on that and protect that, just because there might be a reconciliation coming in from your person which seems to be leading to an offer of some kind of commitment. It doesn't mean you forget about how strong you are and the things that you've worked through to put yourself in the place that you are now. So they want you to make sure that you know that you can continue working on yourself, you can continue working on your inner peace, you can continue working on the new boundaries, for example, you might have, you know, introduced into your life, and still allow this connection in and know that it will move towards a commitment. Another way to put this is, one of the things they don't want you to feel is that the only way you can experience this connection moving towards a commitment is if you let go of all the boundaries, or you then kind of release and put in the past all the work you've done so far, because you're worried your person might not accept that. They're actually saying to you, continue putting that in place, continue honoring what your worth is. It won't make a difference. If anything, it's actually going to help strengthen that friendship and connection more. And actually what is going to happen is this connection is going to end up moving to a place where there is going to be commitment offered, but from a more healthier place as well, because not only are they walking in from this healthy energy where I feel like they are more in touch with their emotions, but also their own healing journey has put them in a place where they're able to respond to their emotions in a much more healthy and confident place. But I feel like you are also in this place, in a healthier place, where you are walking in almost in a newer version to what they're used to, where you are more balanced, you are more in control of yourself and your emotions as well as your own path, but you are also someone who's very confident about your boundaries as well. Right, my love, so that is the reading for today. And I'll see you guys on Instagram again tomorrow for and TikTok for tomorrow's reading.